Picture yourself walking down a street in your town at night, with nobody else around. You recently saw the news cover a mugging incident that happened in your state, and you've been glued to the story ever since it first appeared on television. With that being said, are you afraid that someone might sneak up behind you and mug you? If so, why exactly do you feel that way? Do you maybe fear walking alone at night because you see mugging reports on TV all the time? Well, this would be the result of the agenda setting theory and the cultivation theory working hand in hand. The two theories have a lot in common, but what if I told you that the cultivation theory is actually the result of the agenda setting theory? Or in other words, the agenda setting theory causes the cultivation theory to occur. Now, it might not seem clear at first, and I'm mainly focusing on the news report aspect of television, but I will explain my reasoning soon enough. I will begin my discussion by giving a brief explanation of the two theories and their components, following with my explanation on how I think the agenda setting theory causes cultivation theory to occur. To start off with, the agenda setting theory is the idea that the media sets the public agenda, determining the salience of topics. There are three main factors when dealing with how much influence an individual experiences. They are relevance, uncertainty, and the need for orientation. People with high uncertainty and relevance of a situation have a high need for orientation, in which they experience strong agenda-setting effects. Basically, the media controls the public agenda and chooses what topics are important. With cultivation theory, it is the idea that television fosters beliefs about social reality, in which it cultivates basic assumptions about life rather than specific attitudes and opinions. With heavy TV viewing, blending can occur, which is the idea that the more TV a viewer watches, the more likely their opinions on various things in the world will start to mirror those that the media portrays. Cultivation theory also discusses the mean world syndrome, which is the idea that heavy TV viewers view the world as more dangerous than it really is. My mom is a heavy TV viewer, and she is always watching the news about violent protests, shootings, or something to that extent, and she believes that anytime I am out past sunset, that I should be with a group of people, and I should be constantly aware of my surroundings, and it kind of shows that she has fallen victim to mean world syndrome. Basically, TV is shaping our assumptions about the world, and too much consumption can have negative effects. So, it seems that agenda setting theory and cultivation theory have some connections. But how exactly does agenda setting theory cause cultivation theory to occur? We need to compare the two theories side by side to see this idea. When comparing the two theories, my claim becomes more clear. Agenda setting theory deals with media in general, while cultivation theory specifically focuses on television. Also, agenda setting theory sets the basis on what topics the media discusses, telling us what to think about. With that being said, the information is then used through TV, specifically news reports, fostering beliefs about social reality and causing some people to believe that the world is violence central, which explains the imagery that I gave in the beginning of my discussion about walking alone at night. If the media is putting violent events on the public agenda, then TV news reporting channels will most likely discuss those events. And if the discussions about the events are constantly repeated on television and TV viewers are staying connected with the stories, then it's possible that their opinions on said events will start to mirror those of the media, which is also known as blending, and I just discussed that earlier. Numerous individuals are constantly tuning into news reports because of a high need for orientation, and that alone shows how agenda setting theory sets the basis for cultivation theory when dealing with the news. In conclusion, agenda setting theory explains how the media sets the public agenda while assigning salience to topics, whereas cultivation theory explains how television exposure has long-term effects on us. I strongly believe that agenda setting theory causes cultivation theory to occur because of all the connections between the two. Even though my claim focuses on the news aspect of television, I think that when we are teaching people about agenda setting theory and cultivation theory, we should explain how they relate to one another. And hopefully, this can in return lead to a better understanding of the two theories.